It's been a year of calling for change, of rising up, of fighting for racial justice. Protests sparked nationwide.
Another extraordinary scene unfolding in several cities across this country.
And the fight for equal rights? Nothing new.
Many things will happen as a result of the march. Certainly the people who attended will go back to their communities and work with bold and grim determination.
Back in communities like Ithaca, New York.
I think the history of fighting for racial justice in the city of Ithaca is as long and old as European arrival.
Sean Eversley Bradwell is an Ithaca College education professor and Tompkins County Heritage Ambassador. He studies local Black history and its intersectionality.
We have a number of documents and records that indicate that white folks in Ithaca in particular were fighting against slavery even while it was taking place in this community.
And in its over 200 years of local racial justice history, Ithaca also hosting nationally recognized visitors like Harriet Tubman and Martin Luther King Jr. himself. Still, the same call for equality carrying through today and this year.
This year has been no different for people of color than it's been since we arrived on the shores.
Phoebe Brown certainly fighting the battle from the front lines.
We're going to continue to fight for equity at all costs, right?
As she supports anyone in need from her front yard.
So it's food pantry. I still have more toys to go out, more clothes. It's taking care of a community. It's taking care of a community.
All in an effort to blend immediate solutions with progress.
What we don't want to do is continue just surviving. We want to thrive.
But challenges to a community's survival this past year, even bigger, especially for people of color. According to one Brookings study, under the pandemic, students of color not just more likely than white to be learning online, but also to have limited internet access. To fill that gap in education locally, Harry Smith started a nonprofit Black Hands Universal.
What's this a picture of?
Dogs.
I came up with the only way that I could think of to get the largest amount of kids as much help as possible.
This summer, he hand-built Zoom tutoring centers in disenfranchised communities and organized all volunteer aides.
Letter sounds, activity.
And his waiting list already full.
There's not enough space, there's not enough places, there's not enough resources, there's a lot of need.
As he continues to push for cultural change.
That's what everything started over. It was the systematic injustice of Black and brown people.
And create opportunities for future generations.
I understand. So why would I not try to make it as much easier as possible for the next person?
Just like leaders before them.
I think this march will go down as
and those that march into the future.
If not the greatest demonstrations for freedom and human dignity ever held in the United States.